Hey now, we're here. We're the filmmakers behind WOOKS, and we're going to rewatch our documentary for the first time since we put it out.
Yeah.
And make a little commentary about it, tell some stories, tell what this movie was all about. But yeah, I'm psyched to do this.
Fuck yeah.
We were out making this film 1 year ago. This summer. We shot from July 15th to November 1st. And yeah, covered a lot of ground, covered a lot of different events. Got spooked, got fucked
scared,
with,
got fucked up.
Yeah. We did. It had a little bit of everything. But yeah, we had a good time, and now we're making a movie called Wild Magic. So I think it's a good time. It's a rainy ass summer day. We have nothing else to do, so let's rewatch WOOKS and talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
It was really fun to make, so let's get into this.
Cass was, I mean, look, we all played every role on this.
Yeah.
But Cass was the producer, I was the director, Joey was the cinematographer and editor, and just us three made this, which I'm really proud of.
Me too.
I'm really proud that not a lot of people got their hands on this, especially compared to some of our older films. I think I felt the need to have a bigger crew.
Totally.
And we made this movie on unemployment money. We haven't made money in a couple of years, so we, I think at the time, still had a little bit of unemployment money coming in.
Yeah, unemployment.
Yeah, we became WOOKS to make this movie. Yeah. We literally begged, borrowed, and stole to make this movie.
Yep.
And yeah, we'll get into that a little bit more, but
and got stolen from.
Let's get this party started. Here's WOOKS.
Boing.
You're both a lot tougher than you think. You always did pull it through, and you always will. Have faith in yourselves. Just get clear that your intention is to, every year of your life, look more forward to who you are going to become.
This guy's name is Rogue.
And know that.
He's special.
We shot this at Nelson Ledges Quarry Park in Ohio.
Funny it's the beginning scene of the film because it was your lowest point in the film.
Yeah.
This was this was a reading for us, me and Sean, our terrorized children, and I felt how much Sean was like receiving his message.
Yeah, it was very heavy. And I had taken too much nicotine, so towards the end of this interview, I was about to puke, and I did.
It's like, wow, he's really reading Sean's soul. You're getting so nervous. It's like, oh no, it's nicotine.
But I wanted to start the film with something unexpected, someone that isn't necessarily a wook. This is kind of, we structured the film as an acid trip, and this is kind of the guy that comes along and gives you the tab and sets the intention.
I gotta say too, the beginning scene, the funniest thing I would say, one of the intentional pivotal cuts was that scene was supposed to be like a minute and a half longer, maybe 2 minutes longer.
Yeah,
the beginning scene.
That was one of the hardest scenes to edit because he literally just we had a 20-minute unbroken chunk of him just spitting wisdom.
Totally.
And yeah, we just wanted to put the most potent thing to start the film off, and like I said, this is like the old guy coming along and giving you the tab of acid.
Yeah,
and it applies to everyone, and especially the people that you meet along the way in this film.
And I think a lot of people actually, like in the beginning scene, like it could kind of go over your head for a second, but a lot of people also say like that's what settles you in to the film.
Yeah, if we cut straight to this, I think a lot of people would be like, too much.
Yeah, they'd be like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I think that's what.
Yeah, like I said, it's structured like an acid trip, and you just took the tab.
And now this is the come up. City Field is the come up.
Shot a lot of this at City Field.
C is for cookie, and it's good enough for me. D is for cookie, it's good enough for me.
This is one of the first things we shot.
I was about to say that.
This is us figuring out how to use the camera, how to use this camera setup,
how to interact with people.
I think people love this scene.
Ooh, a little coochie grab, huh?
Shit, you gotta edit that shit out. Oh, we're gonna edit that out, don't worry.
I think you're a comical additional reprieve in this, Joey.
I definitely was. It's not needed in this film that we're making now, but
yeah, but for
WOOKS. You know what their life expectancy is of a fucking pineapple? She's fucking dying!
This kid's pretty much like a quintessential WOOK to me.
Yeah. Well, he's a crusty WOOK.
Yeah.
There's like kind WOOKs, there's punk WOOKs, there's...
Him and his whole group of friends, we just rolled up on them. It's like they didn't even care that the cameras were around. Here's our friend. He's from New Zealand, believe it or not.
What was his name again?
I can't remember.
Magical pizza. Trippy pizza. I like to eat trippy pizza. It puts mushrooms on it and it makes me happy.
We're at Halloween here.
You guys want mushrooms?
It's one of my favorite guys.
I got Jack Frost in my pocket. Mushrooms right now. What? Hey, look, at least take a cool picture if you're just gonna fuck up on us right there.
These guys were calling us over. They saw the camera and they were like, "Get over here."
When you're not thinking, so don't think all the time and cage yourself because being caged is not cool.
I'm like, that didn't make sense.
Well, he's Hercules.
I think it makes sense.
No, it does make sense. It does.
If you've done a lot of nitrous like us,
it does make sense.
It uncages you.
Take it easy.
Keenan.
Yep.
He's great.
We just labeled them Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, we came across these two. This was in the parking lot of a fish show out in Ohio, and we came across these two. And they just this kid had so much energy, and his friend was almost like vibing on almost the opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah, he was just hitting those drums, doing his thing, but they didn't have tickets to the show, so we were like, hey, you know, let's kind of keep that in the back of our head as like, let's see if these guys get in, because this is the very beginning of the day, and they're busking for cash and tickets.
Beating son, busking.
Yeah. Beautiful cinematography by Joey with a DSLR.
No ND filters and a kit lens.
Stock lens. No filters. Microphone strapped to the top of the lens. This is as bare bones as a setup that we could make a movie that wasn't on our cell phones.
You have to. Yeah. We had to for WOOKS. They get scared of cameras. They're skittish. JT, baby.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's about being able to share that knowledge. That knowledge is power. We're uplifting and raising the consciousness together through kindness. Lead by example.
This guy's a perfect example of somebody, like, if you were just a passerby, you would think he's not making sense. You'd probably put him in a category of somebody that's, like, on drugs or on one or, like, whatever. But if you pay attention, I'm like,
oh my God, no, he makes sense.
Everything everyone says in this really hits hard. And I think it's kind of like our movie American Juggalo in a way of, like, just like kindness and beauty in the most unexpected package. And in American Juggalo, they were mainly talking about juggaloism and why they're juggalos, whereas this just became like life wisdom, just in a strange package. And this dude really embodies it.
He had a lot. He had a lot that we had to cut some of him out, and it was like kind of sad. It was like one of the last minute things. Like, wait, he has so much good stuff though.
We cut out probably 2 minutes of him or something, and I was like, I feel like we need it. We need it. And then like once you watch it when it's done, you're like, I guess we didn't need that part.
Well, and the interesting thing about editing this with you as the editor, first of all, we didn't plan for that. We were just like, let's watch the footage and see how it goes, and I'll bring it to my editor and we'll do it. And then we were like, you're killing it at this. You know how to do it. Let's just do it. And I have so much experience editing movies, and you have none. Like, or like very little.
Yeah,
and it's been a while. It's been a while. So when we'd make drastic cuts, you were like, what the heck are we doing?
Like, bro, this isn't... I was like, we're going back to that original cut, right?
Yeah. we kept cutting stuff out, and then you'd be like, we were going to put that. And I'm like, no, man. When we cut it out, we're moving ahead. And this is one of those guys that was kind of hard to edit because everything that came out of his mouth was a total gem.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
I do my best every day.
I do my best every day.
I say that all the time.
Me too. Do my best.
So I actually left with a trash bag full of clothes on Widespread Motherfucking Panic Tour in 2003 at 16.
Hell yeah.
And then I was just flipping grilled cheese, selling beers as a youngin', and then I moved to Crystals in 2009. I was at Gathering of the Vibes. I was in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and there was a kid with a little case. He had a bunch of these little guys. About that big, shiny, sparkly little treasures. It said $10 each. I'm like, $10? A little crystal? He was like, yeah, dude, people love them. I saw him the next day, his case was half empty. He said, I mined all these in one day for $10. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I made $500 since yesterday, kid. Go for it. Go get you some. Yeah. Went up to the Ace of Diamonds, off to the Vulcan races. Yeah. 19 states now. I pulled crystals out of 19 states all over the country that I'd be proud to put on my table. Raise the consciousness one crystal at a time.
Oh yeah, bro. Boing. Twisted Teas boys, and we were scared to go up to this guy. Look at how intimidating this dude looks.
Robin was a nice kid, though.
He was a really nice guy.
Really sweet dude. This guy was a problem.
I don't know if this guy remembers agreeing to be in this movie.
No, I don't think he remembers anything.
I went on a Thursday.
This dude.
Lost my fucking mind, ate some boomies, did a little K, and then in my little K dream I was thinking of this. And that's how this thing was made. That's how this thing was born. I hopped up from the seat and just started crafting it like an engineer of the village of fucking Nelson's.
Yeah, it's got like a bed in the back and then like a couch that goes down into a bed.
This film's very raw.
Yeah.
Well, I think part of it is too, we don't have ND filters, so things are kind of like blown out. We're zooming in and out. We're trying to figure out our framing.
I was just thinking as like I was going down, like looking at him going down to the slap bag or whatever. It's like it's so funny how actually the cinematography does change through like what the gear you're using, and literally just having in your hands like this, where you can point anywhere and go around. Now we're filming, and I've got like
you got a support system.
Pack. So it's naturally gonna be a slower, more smoother film.
But this is what this needed to be.
Exactly.
Like I'm so psyched as we watch this about the rawness of the cinematography.
Totally.
And your instincts are on point. Like a lot of times I'll get back in the edit. I'm like, why did they point away? Why did they do that? You know what I mean? Like your instincts were very much on point. I wasn't getting upset in the edit,
except for the double pumps. No. Yeah. You didn't even get upset though, but I was.
DMT, like I could sit there for hours and rip that shit, but acid, like, fuck.
This
you
our
take
boy.
a couple hits of that shit, like.
This one I struggled with because he's wearing a Dave Matthews shirt.
I know.
And I just
there's so much I struggle with this guy, but I ended up really liking him in the film.
Not anymore.
He's pretty quintessential.
Yeah. His parents were DMB people, you know. It's
actually
like
do
he's
something with my
the child of the scene.
And that blows my mind because DMB came out when I was in high school.
We got ganja for sale. Ohio,
guy.
fish, buy some dope.
Wankster.
He's a wankster.
Yeah.
Oh, you need those teeth, Sean.
I know.
We never got him. We got to get him.
Oh man, these guys cracked me up.
They were funny.
They cracked me up. They were really tuckered out WOOKS. And we just rolled up on them, and like we didn't really even ask them any questions. They were just kind of like telling us stories while they were yawning. Our friend OD'd last night.
Yeah, we're like, what?
Should be a good show today, though. And it was like, whoa, like these guys are crazy.
He's like, oh yeah, our friend had to go to the hospital. He took bad Molly.
I think this dude had just taken mushrooms and had the yawns.
Yeah.
At the time, I thought it was just, it's early in the day or whatever. But he was firing on all cylinders like 45 minutes later. And I was like, oh, that's a mushroom come up.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
They were hilarious. Good people.
I mean, like, I had, like, listened to the Dead, but, like, I hadn't, like, listened, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess, like, my ex was on tour in the 90s and stuff. And so,
That's
like,
pretty classic, too. Like, I've listened to the Dead, but I haven't really heard
well, actually,
them.
at 17, we were going to do it, but my mom had a brain aneurysm, so we didn't do it that year. So, next year.
Little Wook laughs.
Yeah. That's what we kept following is the Wook laughs.
Yeah.
Would have been
we kept saying.
Theoretically fifth, but I got into some trouble and I had some time out time. So like I basically picked up where I left off.
Story as old as time.
Some timeout time.
Yeah.
Here's our friends again.
How's that work out? Usually pretty well. I get really lucky. Like people like giving me tickets.
I can see that.
Yeah. It helps.
I think they had just snorted something
They
interesting.
did a huge.
I don't know what it was.
Something.
I'm so proud that this guy's in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this guy playing exactly like this on Venice Beach for like the past 15 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've always wondered like, who is this dude? And he's
everybody
the
was
fucking
shouting
man.
him out in the comments. They're like, "What was his name again?" They were like,
Harry something,
yeah.
Harry Perry or something like that.
Harry Perry. Yeah.
He is the fucking man. And this was our entire interaction with him. Like we didn't ask if we could shoot or anything. We just kind of rolled up to him and started shooting, and he started performing. Towards us.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
Yeah, and he was one of those guys when we got back to the edit. I'm like, he has to be in our movie. He's so iconic, just even in my life. So. Yeah,
that was one of my favorite shots to shoot. I was like, this looks so cool. It looks like Mad Max.
Like all the balloons in the background.
Yeah, this is at Citi Field in New York City outside of Grateful Dead show. And you could see this is when everyone's going into the show and just how they left the parking lot.
Yeah,
it just kind of
crazy.
just shows the destruction. This is apocalyptic, this scene. Hell yeah, bro.
Marcus, the most tired dude too.
12 years probably. Been traveling and having a good time. No, people, we all help each other out, but what I like to say is someone will cut your throat for a spot, but then help you sew it back up. True story. Yeah, I love it though. Apparently that's what I like. It's the on the edge of madness. Yeah, I dig it. It's something.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He like, you could tell he kind of carries this like a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah,
like he treats going to these shows like it's an addiction.
Yeah.
And he's like, I mean, I keep doing it, so I guess I like it.
Guess so.
But this dude's name is Marcus. If you ever see him on the lot, buy a shirt from him or something. He's really cool. We just ran into him this year at a Dead show. We
saw him at Fish. We met him here, saw him at Fish. You guys ran into him again.
And I've seen him even before this.
At other shows.
Yeah, at other shows.
Yeah, we rolled up to him at this year, though, and we're like, hey, we filmed with you last year. He's like, you guys made WOOKS? And he was pissed at us.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
He was a little pissed because he doesn't want to be called a Wook. I think a lot of people that are really deep in this scene don't think of that term as a term of endearment like we do, you know. And it's kind of why we make this movie is because we think of WOOKS as an endearing quality, you know.
Well, and also he's like obviously such a businessman. I mean, look at how many he kind of like the term Wook doesn't imply like this big of a hustle that he's doing.
Yeah, I kind of think it does.
Well, that's where we expand the term a little bit, and also kind of he was like, but I did see it has like almost 500,000 views.
Yeah,
and
he did like that he got a lot of views.
And he did like what he said, so I was like, man, but that's kind of why it has those many views, is you kind of just like, people are curious, you know?
Yeah, and there's a lot of Wooks in this movie.
Yeah.
Most of them, but there's a bunch of people that aren't.
Well,
he's on the cusp.
It's the Wook sphere. It's who the Wooks would be surrounded by. It's who the Wooks interact with. It's like he interacts with Wooks every day, I'm sure. It's like, you know,
exactly. Right on the edge of madness, like he says.
There's magic. There's magic in this band. I've seen it with my own eyes.
That's the truth.
Magic is what we do. Music is how we do it.
Yep.
That's the truth.
Something's definitely helped me along.
That was one of the first interviews. I was like, yeah, we killed it.
And I don't know what I would do without this music, seriously, at this stage in my life. So I'm trying to honor this scene by making this film.
In the back, I'm going to take a
This guy's one of the kindest souls, smartest dudes that you could have randomly come across.
Life is as beautiful as you are. You know, we have a policy here at the shop. The more you want it, the less it costs. Okay, so if you're like desperate for it, like, because that's a happiness system. Like, if the more you want it, the more it costs, that's a misery system. And so that's not how humans are really supposed to live,
yeah,
you know.
bro.
You know, we're not supposed to be wages. Like, that's got to be some kind of hell of toil for some people. I've been there, you know. I mean, when you got nothing better to do, maybe, but like, you got to find what excites you.
I feel like this was important to get in there.
Totally.
Well, yeah, because these are a lot of people who are like us doing an alternative lifestyle and saying, hey, the way the system's set up, where everyone wants your time in exchange for money, like, there's got to be something better for that. He wants to be the master of his own universe and the master of his own time by creating and making art with his, I guess, fiance or said.
What was the thing he said? He's like, my favorite thing, like, as he's selling stuff, is like, my favorite thing is like having money in one hand and like gratitude in the other or something. That's what it was.
Yeah, come with your money in one hand and your gratitude in the other.
Yeah.
He said so many beautiful things, but I think it was important to get in there for what you're saying is just like, hey, the optics of this scene might be completely different than the way than what the heart of it actually is. And I think he spoke to that. Like, there's a lot of people that know why they're here and know why they've chosen this lifestyle and know what they've sacrificed and can speak to it. And he was one of those guys. And then,
favorite guy,
Coconut Man. This is one of my favorite scenes in any of our movies.
It's great. I love this one.
And this was just supposed to be B-roll.
Yeah.
I was like, Joey, just grab a shot of this guy cutting open a coconut.
I think he's the most replayed point in
the
is video.
Really?
Unless it's changed.
Wow.
I didn't know you could even know that.
Yeah.
You're born into it. You're just.
Well, whatever.
I've seen coconuts float up off the ocean. Since I was a baby, my first day in life, I have a vision of a coconut in my head, you know? And naturally going to take to the skills of it, but what more sense to me with all the waste that goes on in the world, not to get involved with it. I said, I'm naturally inclined. I had a near-death, or not just near-death, I had an out-of-body experience. I was left for dead out in the woods in Ocala, and I was brain damaged. Every fucking bone in my face was crushed. I had broken ribs, all this stuff. But I floated out of my body.
Beautiful
I was
friend.
taken away from the beating that happened to me.
Beautiful story.
And I swear, first time I got up in them heights, like it just took me to where like those tall coconut trees are mine. And I get in the tallest coconut tree, and I'm in the safest, most heavenly place off of this earth. And I'm more comfortable in the top of a coconut tree usually than the ground. So I have a natural inclined ability. It's like people are scared of heights. Whatever happened to me, I am inclined to heights, you know?
Oh, string theory. That shot
cost us our life.
That little shot of you getting him filling up that balloon almost cost us our life, because we got attacked a couple times by like out of control Wook ladies, and there was one that had her eye on us, and she had attacked you earlier, and then she saw you again while you were filming that, and she was like, "I thought I told you." And like it was like she was coming running towards us, and this guy was like, "Chill out! I told them they could film me." And then we had to like walk away from the scene.
And she's
with
like,
this guy. But it made the shot better because it's like we had to get away from there, so we had this guy walking and just sipping.
It was very energetic.
I love this.
And PSA, if you're new to nitrous or just a long-time user,
Please
sit down. Oh my God, it kills me. People walking around on nitrous because you can lose consciousness.
That's true.
Yeah, fish out. And
KO yourself.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've done it to ourselves.
Sean saved somebody.
And I remember, I saved a dude outside a Grateful Dead show, an old head just falling back, and I just grabbed him right before he hit the ground. And, be careful. But this guy handles it with grace.
Like, you know, like a lot of these people heard like Grateful Dead on the radio when they were a kid, right? And it got in their
this
brains,
actually
right?
makes sense to
And
me.
somehow, some way, the frequencies
people talk shit on it like it doesn't make sense. I'm like, it makes sense.
all the way out to space, because have you heard of string theory? Right, so like string theory is like, you know, molecular levels of string coming down. It's like kind of like there's a puppet master up there playing things or whatever. So quantum entanglement is like there's like a vibration that goes through those strings, all the way up in the universe, right? All the way back to Creator. And the Grateful Dead just happened to play music, and all these guys heard it at one point in their lives, you know what I'm saying? And now we're all entangled forever in the quantum time continuum together, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that is.
Okay, wait. There is a mystery of like, what is that background sound? Like you're going like this, so maybe it is Sean
I
going.
don't know, but I've never
it
heard him
sounds like
make
aliens.
that noise.
Do you hear the aliens like almost?
You can hear aliens in that scene
Forever.
at the end.
Yeah, listen.
At one point in their lives, you know what I'm saying?
Right
And now,
there?
Yeah,
we're
I
all
just know Sean. He wouldn't do that while someone's
Yeah,
talking, so it doesn't
all
make sense.
entangled forever in the quantum time continuum.
Unless it's the people in the
Together.
background.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
Sean
that's
looks
what
like he's doing because he's like, oh, but I don't even think you could do that if
Yeah.
you tried.
It's aliens.
This is our first dance montage, so I think this brings us to like the peak of the acid trip. And there's our guy.
This is when
So
you
he
find-
made it in
yeah.
there.
This is when you find the dance floor in the acid trip.
Yeah.
This was crazy because we had to sneak the camera in.
Yeah, this was awesome. We showed up. This was at a fish show in Ohio, and we went to walk in with the camera, and they were like, "You can't bring a camera in here. Are you insane?" And we turned around, and I was like, "Well, I guess we're not shooting in the show, or maybe even going in the show because we don't care about fish that much." And we're like, "All right." And I turned to Joey. I was like, "Whatever." And Joey's like, "Let's just go up to a different security guard." And I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "Let's go up to that black guy." And we just went up to a different security guard.
He
and
didn't
just
give a
waved us.
fuck. He's like, "Go
He
ahead."
just waved us right through.
Let
So
my
then-
water through everything.
Everything, yeah. We just took a full camera setup, and people were stopping you in the show, being like, "How the fuck did you get that in here? They
Someone
took
got their-
away my camera."
Yeah, someone got it confiscated.
Yeah,
I was like, I
yeah,
don't
but
know.
like to me, when we got back to the edit room, I was like, "This takes this film over the top. This is stuff you normally wouldn't see or have access to, or you know,
And we had
even
a
be able-
great time. Like I like appreciated this as my first fish.
Oh, they
experience.
turned me on. I was like,
Yeah.
they fucking rock.
Yeah.
I get it, but it's like we had never gone out of our way
We're
to see
just-
fish.
We're just more, and I'm still more of just a deadhead. You know?
Yeah,
It just is what
yeah.
it is.
But beautiful sequence, all captured by Joey out wandering on his own. Just classic.
That guy's awesome. He looks so
Look
cool.
at these characters. Hell yeah. Just letting it all hang out.
They can all hang out, baby.
That's all you can do. Fuck yeah.
This
This our
guy.
boy. He's the man.
I love this scene. Is so funny to me. He's like, she's trying to get around him, then a wheelchair comes.
This is
through.
what the whole show feels like to me. With that little set. And now we get into a little bit of the other end of the spectrum of Wookery, which is more bass, dub music, EDM, whatever you want to call it.
It's ecstasy and EDM, basically.
Dubstep. This is actual sound off the microphone.
I know, which is so funny.
It's hilarious to me.
These guys are fucked up.
Yeah. We got that in there. Very important to us.
Yeah, it was. I shot a lot of slow-mo. I don't think we even used any of it.
No, some of these shots are slow-mo, but we didn't slow them down.
This guy was
quick. Twisted jokester.
Nice.
What are y'all getting into?
So now we're just
Everything I
fully
can,
peeking
you know
out.
what I mean? Yeah.
Also,
Have a great
not to
week.
mention, didn't we call it that montage sequence? We're like, oh, it's chopped and it's like chopped and screw montage.
Yeah, we
because
kept
we're like
calling it
we're
that.
not putting any. We're really just putting clips like click, 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 click,
Yeah,
click, click.
yeah. We wanted to keep all the editing very simple and raw and beautiful, and we didn't want to like have a lot of trickery.
No.
So the montages are just that. They're montages.
Exactly.
It's a shot. It's a shot. Here, the sound associated with that shot is on that shot.
Exactly.
And we just keep moving.
Yeah. All right.
Weekend. Last night was just like, I went a little bit too crazy last night. I conked out at like 12-ish, and then I got a mad migraine. I woke up back again this morning at 9. I felt very good. So I'm getting back to it today. You feel me?
That's the lifestyle right there.
Getting back to it today. You feel me? This is the lifestyle.
This kid's the man. He explains it perfectly.
I'm not scared right now.
Oh, you just don't care what people like think about you, honestly. Like there's so much judgment, and honestly judgment comes from what people are thinking about themselves. If they're judging you, then it's probably something that they have something about themselves that they're upset about.
Truth.
You know what I mean?
Truth.
That makes kind of sense.
That's why I'm
19.
like, how old are you?
Yeah.
How do you know that
Yeah, I
already?
take a lot of psychedelics. Man.
Classic. Great Wook laugh.
Yep.
Just being in a boring town, you either surf or do drugs. I did both.
What are we talking about?
Just acid, mushrooms, coke, a little bit of everything besides pills.
Just everything.
Well, drugs are different for everybody, man. I've seen people do coke and have complete freakouts, you just not have a good time. And then, I mean, me personally, I have a little bit of ADD, so when I do coke, really mellow and just smile a lot and really uppity, you know. I'm not skeeted now, I just smoke weed, but...
We say that all the time.
Yeah,
too. I'm not skeeted now.
I just smoked weed. Oh, this guy. My neighbor knows him.
Yeah.
You never know. Tomorrow, man, some crazy shit could wake up and you could just, your memory could be gone.
He was
Like,
tough
all
to
that
edit
time,
too,
you know,
because he
crazy
was
guy,
just
you know what I mean?
He's so
Like,
good.
Just
like,
gems
just
per second.
make
He
the
was
most
one of the
every
highest.
single bit of pressure time you got, man.
Pressure time.
Life is, mwah, you know, it's a joy. Yeah.
He's been through some shit.
Yeah. Our favorite
I
Cheshire
haven't taken
cat.
any mushrooms yet, but I've been doing a lot of K, chalk, smoking. I used to do psychedelics a lot. Let's just say I chased the dragon a little too hard. You
Hell yeah,
know,
that's a good way of putting it.
It went far, you know. Yeah.
I think a lot of the victims of this lifestyle, that's what happened.
Yeah.
It's like you feel the magic when you first start taking acid, mushrooms, Molly, ketamine, and, you know, it bonds you to yourself and your soul and your friend group and the music a lot more, and it does start to wear off. So if you chase the dragon too hard, I think a lot of the casualties of Wookery are just literally come from what he just said.
I mean, I think what happens is, like, there's like a reality that we live in a grounded world, but if you're always like out there, it's hard to integrate back into this reality, you know, and to live in life when you kind of are having such a zoomed out perspective all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to integrate back into 3D world.
Yeah.
3D world.
Well, those
totally.
things are like tools that if you're integrating, like the music, the bond, the whatever the consciousness that you're in, like it all bonds you, but then like you got to come back down and actually implement it, because if you don't do that, then then you are just chasing the dragon.
But in a way, it's what I appreciate about this scene so much is like they're kind of like fucked up monks. Like how the monks are holding a vibration. And it's like you think about monks and you're like, wow, they're meditating right now. They're holding a vibration for humanity. These guys are doing that too, just in the most far out way.
No, it's space that needs to be explored and is worth kind of residing in a lot of ways. You know,
it's like us visiting the Hare Krishnas in West Virginia. They're like, I gave up my entire life. I shaved my head. I gave my Rolexes and threw it into the river. And then these guys are like, yeah, we did the same thing. We just do it with drugs.
Yeah, exactly. They're just trashing the temple.
Yeah.
Acid all the time isn't always your brain go burr. You know what I mean? You know,
this
like
is brilliant.
You can learn some real shit. But yeah, I mean, my bad times were from me just
overdoing it.
Straight up, just overdoing it. Not being careful, not being smart. You know, just not treating it as a tool as it should be. You know what I mean? Like, because you know, drugs are great. Drugs should be treated as tools. You know. But I'm a special individual that just kind of abused it and had its negative pulls. But you know what? I'm still here.
He's a sweetie.
You know, I'm still breathing, even though.
What happened?
Even though what happened, you know, it's a miracle I'm still here.
I love that.
And
just like implying.
All
like,
I can do is keep going day by day. You know,
rebuilding
just
my
try
brain.
and like continue rebuilding my brain and just like doing the best I can, spreading my art with and like helping other people's lives with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, this was fun.
It's another little montage. This is just, we just were walking around at Halloween before the festivities started, and this band had set up in the campgrounds.
Oh, I knew this kid.
Yeah.
From back in my
You were
past.
filming him, not knowing you knew him.
No, and then I started to slowly realize, I was like, oh my god, bananas?
Yeah. This dude's the man.
Yeah.
This band was awesome. What is their name again?
Moon Rider.
Moonstone Riders. They were
check
so
them out.
great.
They rip.
Yeah.
And I love this song, and I feel like this song is very important in my life. This is originally by Talking Heads. There's our boy, Bananas. Just getting down.
Down dirty.
Yeah, you knew this kid from college.
Yeah.
To never be ashamed to question everything, including themselves.
I love this dude.
And to be honest and
He
true
might
to
be
their hearts
skittish.
and to follow their heart and
He's a little
guide. And to
His girlfriend
keep
is
an
great.
open
Even though she didn't say
ear,
much, she's a
wide
great
ear
character in
without
this.
judgment.
Just stand
That
by
they
your
might find
man.
the finer truths and things as they reflect upon their souls and what they find. And barter with what they know.
Just thinking about rainbows.
Hope to find understanding and to be true to that. And themselves.
Hell yeah.
They didn't know what was going
No,
on.
they
We're
had
like, can we
no-
talk to you guys
yeah.
for a second? And he just started talking.
She's literally like,
she's like, what?
Yeah. Oh, these guys are great. I love them.
Yeah, these are cousins.
Like a documentary or some shit.
Yeah, just collecting little bits of wisdom, man, from cool people.
Checking out. He's somebody cool to talk to too. He'll fucking sit there and talk to you for days.
He's like, I'm not much of a talker, but my cousin
A
is.
little bit, yeah. It can be misinterpreted. Big time. I mean, especially look at somebody like me. My mouth's all fucked up. It's bad hygiene, doing drugs growing up. Mostly nasal drugs. Coke, ketamine pills, pain pills. Make me get personal.
No, I love
He's the
that.
man.
Because it helps people. You turned it around.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been to prison. Like my mom and my dad are dead. My grandma and grandpa are dead. Like I lost my whole family.
We tried
Like,
getting
a little bit of blood I had
more
left
with this
in the
guy.
blood.
We tried getting in his personal life, like
Yeah.
going back to his house and everything, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
But he's somebody I could see us crossing paths with again.
Mom really helped me.
We didn't meet him, or we didn't go meet him.
No.
No, he was just, we were going
And that really, like, I couldn't believe I was that happy.
He'd been through a lot of shit, lost both of his parents, tons of drug abuse.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I use it not just to deal with traumas anymore, but I mean, there's a lot of benefits to shit. I don't know. I'm a Spunion.
You know it.
That's our boy Connor.
This is our friend Connor. This is at Halloween. We were camping with Connor. And he came to the festival with us. He's an OG Wook.
It almost felt like cheating because we've known him so long, but
Yeah.
I was like, but that's why.
I think I was the Wook at one point.
He just embodies
And
this
then
so
I
much,
upgraded
especially
to
the younger
business
version of
class.
it. He really is a business class hippie.
Yeah,
when he says that, he truly is.
I used to be running around this festival. No shirt, no shoes.
This is
no camp.
Perfect.
Just using other people's camp. I would just show up. First festival I ever went to, I showed up with a case of water and a box of snackables with PB&J, and I was fucked. I took this mushroom chocolate before I even got in line, and I couldn't figure out how to set up my tent.
This is our boy. We've tripped a lot with Connor. We've done a lot of wild stuff with Connor. This is what it's like hanging out with him.
Just came
up on this busy.
Turquoise, one of my faves.
I love him, dude. This could have been a longer montage too.
This could have been the whole movie. We have so much footage of him just sitting there doing
He
that.
kind of looks like Jerry in some of the frames, yeah, which I love.
Don't take life too seriously and try to have fun. And it's not always about like the music or the drugs. It's really about just enjoying the time with the friends.
It's so beautiful.
I know.
He's so sweet.
Here's our girl Kennedy.
I think one of the greatest feelings is just like
A young beauty new to the lifestyle, I would say, right?
Yeah. She's been in her car for a while.
Yeah, just living out of her car.
I think a lot of people really could relate to her, you know, what she talks about. And I think a lot of people fell in love with her. People were like, who's that?
Oh my God. Yeah. There's a lot of dudes in this, so then you get to a girl
who can speak to it so well.
Yeah.
She speaks to it poetically.
cruising in my little Earth
What this
ship
lifestyle's all
on
about.
planet Earth, seeing amazing things, and I'm like listening to music or a podcast.
And there's babes like this
I just
all
get
over
so
these
hyped.
festivals.
Like, it
It's
just
crazy.
all bubbles up in me, and I just feel so free because I did this for myself. I made it happen, and it's so simple.
Cass made this scene happen. Because we were just fucking around shooting Connor, and then Kennedy was sitting there, and Cass asked her a question, and you just swung the camera over.
You look out the window.
They weren't trying to or expecting to be in this film.
No, not at all.
So that's why it's so cool that it works.
In fact, they just wanted to party with us.
Yeah, they just wanted to hang out. We're like, we're about to film you.
Fluffy ones, or like a field of flowers, or like a tree that looks like it's waving at you. Like that makes me feel so alive.
Aww.
Here she is.
Oh, there's a little Sean cameo.
Yep, Sean cameo.
Yeah, we had our
He appears in
spot.
it like 3 times.
Yeah, this is the only film I think I'm in of all of our movies.
Wow.
Because I was just genuinely getting down.
Connor ripping it.
Hell yeah.
Our friends know this guy.
Yep.
Ooh.
No one knows this guy.
Frying. Fucking frying.
If you look that guy in the eyes,
he's
get lost.
Yeah. Well, you can't look him in the eyes.
No, this dude.
He loved it. This is during J-Rad. Joe Russo's Almost Dead. Playing a set of the Grateful Dead songs at Halloween. This is the song Dancing in the Streets.
This is fun to film. Like,
yeah.
Just this part.
Well, the light was so fleeting because this is late October.
Yep.
So it's like, yo, this is happening right now.
Yep.
Joey, we got to get out there right now.
Yep.
All these shots took place in 25 minutes.
Literally. I love this dude.
Yeah.
This sets like the scene for, I don't know.
Yeah.
For me, it's like the mise en scène.
Yeah.
Mise en
Yeah.
scène.
Yeah, that's good. Beautiful natural sound design. This is all just the stuff that we've been. No, I'm not even kidding.
It is.
You got to
though.
work with what you have when you get back to the edit room.
I kind of love that it's overmodulated
Me too.
And we were working with like the songs. We're like, oh shit, it cuts out right there.
Yeah.
It starts here.
Ay, mamita. Hell yeah. Couple little night vibes. Yes. And the variety of music that's in the WOOKS scene,
This
it's awesome.
This is crazy. I wish I kept on the shot a little earlier, like I crept up earlier.
This is our friend Jim. So now this is like kind of where we are in the come down section of the whole film, and this is someone we came across at Nelson Ledges. Again, like not really a Wook, but really embodied the lifestyle.
Totally.
You know,
and hung around where Wook's hung around.
Yeah, it hangs around Wooks, it acts like them, lives like them, but he's not really into all that music. He's more into country music.
Yeah.
And I love country music. So, we saw him and we bonded. And this is hilarious that he tricked us. He's He's a twisted joker.
He is.
Right away, he actually got us. He said this is his first time smoking weed, which obviously is not.
No, first time, so just not like a cigarette though, right?
No. Wait, this is your first time smoking weed?
Yeah, man.
You nailed it.
You were just over there the other night. You
Sage
and
advice.
Me don't know shit about fuck.
Sage wisdom.
He's not wrong.
Legitimately.
We should get that on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
We don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, we should just get a
Whatever
stencil
you
of Jim.
That's it. That's fucking.
And again, we don't really give people time to think about this at all.
No.
We with this movie and the one we're making now,
fuck,
we go up to them rolling.
Yeah.
You know, we're like, cool, you're gonna be in this. Let's do it.
Let's start.
Yeah.
This was all like an hour with him. We were just like, oh, let's smoke it.
I'm gonna be a diamond someday.
He sang this for me because I saw he had a Billy Joe Shaver CD, and I was like, oh, and he had a particular Billy Joe Shaver album that I love, and he was like, oh, let me play something for you. And I think it's the perfect song to encapsulate this whole scene and essentialize it. Someone walking around with a fox.
Yeah.
I don't know why I love that. She's like, what?
Yeah. Yep, it's a fox.
Beautiful job with these montages.
Yeah,
these were really fun to build.
They were.
Oh, this is our friend Noah.
No, baby.
I'll say I like his version of Old Chunk of Coal best.
Than the original?
Is that sacrilegious to say?
No, it's okay. You like Jim's performing.
Yeah.
Till I get rid of every single flaw.
Here's Rogue again.
And I'm gonna be the world's best friend. I'm gonna go around shaking everybody's hand.
He's the best. That's the guy from the beginning.
Hello, I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna be the captain, ready to be. 'Cause I'm gonna be a diamond. If I keep spinning and polishing on my rough-edged self, someday.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Shout out to Jim.
Perfect. Shout out to Jim.
That's for you, Sean.
Here is a
Hello.
wonderful.
Oh, she was also a hit.
Beautiful
I brought
person
some herbs to say thank
named
you.
Mona
Your hair
Lisa.
looks really pretty. Did you get a shower in?
Thank you, I did.
60-year-old woman living at Nelson Ledges.
Oh, really? You didn't have some
Yeah,
wild
keeper
sex
of the
or something,
land.
did you?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I'm
yep.
just kidding. Just
Yes.
fucking around here. Don't mind
She has
me.
a whole tribe
Oh,
of
look, you're not
Tanukis.
recording me right now. Remember, if you use truth as your shield, nothing will ever harm you. A friend of mine told me that. And you are the sum total of all the love in your
We
life.
walked around, me and Joey
The most
walked
important
around with
thing
Mona
is that
Lisa
you
for
are
this
in control of
scene
your
for
reality.
45 minutes.
You're always in control.
Unbroken talking.
Even when you're
We
with
didn't get a
others.
word in.
We didn't get a word
And if
in.
we all
But it was all.
collectively had the same
So when we got back to the edit, we were
of
like, we're
peace
probably
on
not
earth,
even going to use this.
heaven
Then we
on
started
earth.
listening to it. It was
To
very
be
hard
alive
to
and
pick
heaven is
because
closer to
everything
earth than
when
it's
you
ever
when you
been.
had the distance
Peace
of not
is from
being there,
within.
Yeah.
Beauty
you're
is
like,
from within.
damn, she hits
And
hard.
She was like,
knowledge with
she was like that
application is
every
wisdom.
time. We hung out with her a
If you
lot
don't-
that
We hung
weekend.
out a lot.
Yeah, a
Like
lot.
that happened
Well, she
at
would
all.
come hang out with
So I
us. Like
believe
she'd
in
walk
all day,
by,
every
like,
day.
But she was always saying, like, blasting a channel
Yeah.
of wisdom.
She's a channel.
In addition to what I've already said,
She said this like
everything
4
you
times.
accomplished in this
In addition.
new earth, in this particular
I love her.
energy, in this particular timeline,
Look how good she is on
will carry
camera.
on into the future. So you don't need to relive everything you've done. Isn't that beautiful? Lots of love. I love you all, and all I wish is that you have peace, and you think with your heart, you feel with your heart, and you love with your heart. And so, I love you until we meet again. Much love, Mona Lisa from NLQP. Loving my brothers and my sisters, and thankful and full of gratitude to be alive, which is the greatest gift of all, breath, and being able to love.
That's true.
Yep.
The greatest gift of all is breath.
I was gonna say also is like for me, like those moments when you're shooting it, it's like just as good as living it. Like when you're, I'm like I'm literally this far
yeah.
from Mona Lisa. The
Yeah.
camera's in front of her face, so I'm
Yeah.
like right here.
Yeah.
And like it's just such a beautiful moment to sit in, and like when she's talking, and like it's just somebody's like flow state that you're able to like
and to bear witness with a camera to that and to facilitate those, like that's why we're addicted to doing this.
Yeah.
Is it like, because it's crazy to be around when somebody like cracks through like the personality layer and they're like, I'll let you into my soul right now.
It's like their authenticity. They're being their highest authentic self, and like when you come around with a camera. It's kind of like the other day when I was like, we took some acid and I was in a little sad mode for my girlfriend, and it was like, you guys were like, you want to do stand up? And I was like, am I going to let my mood ruin this? And I'm like, but I don't know, that makes me so nervous. And I was like, but I have to go towards what's right. And I was like, yeah, let's fucking go. And like, as we got there, that's sort of what we're doing to people. We're like, hey, do you want to do stand up in front of our camera? But not like comedy. It's like, hey, do you want to be yourself? And they can choose to either like rise to the occasion and just bring the most authentic version of themselves, like a heightened version. And then it's like that. It's like Mona Lisa. Like, how powerful is that?
I know.
Like, you know?
And it's crazy that they always, like, very rarely do people deny us or don't, like, hit their cues.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy, because if someone came up to me with a camera and put me on the spot, I don't think I'd be able to do it.
Like, we're not really shooting so many like blanks, even for this film. Maybe in WOOKS we shot with so many people because there's so many, but like for Wild Magic, like we're having to wait for people to come to us, or maybe like see somebody and walk towards them and then they come. Like, it's much more a game of chance, where it's like this one's like throwing darts at a fucking shit at a wall.
Yeah, totally.
Being able to love.
Aloha. Beautiful words for the come down section.
Yep.
You know, we're just trying to calm the energy down. Here's a young man named Poncho who
like a real bad breakup and shit.
This is the person most people want to hang out with from the movie.
On my birthday, my boys get trashed, and I'm the one to take care of everybody.
Also, the accidental score under this that just happens.
Oh yeah, I love that.
My homeboy had a bag of Molly, and I was just like, "Yo, give me this shit." Didn't know what the fuck was gonna be. Changed my fucking life, man. Some people see like the kind of dark side, but it's got a whole lot of fucking light. Like, I mean, a whole fucking lot of light. You gotta let that shit shine. And I mean,
there's a score.
I couldn't believe it. Like, there's sober groups who participate in these type of activities. What? What? But I have done this sober, and I mean, it's an excellent time. It's still the same exact thing. I mean, it's all peace and love. It's all peace and love.
It used to stress me out when a subject started doing this, talking right to the camera.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'd be like, I want to stay organized. There should be one point of perspective. And now I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost what I'm trying to steer them towards now. It's like, please.
Well, they're bringing themselves in.
Yeah.
Like, look, it's
like,
just
I'll talk directly to the audience.
Definitely all to come.
That's probably why people want to hang out with him so much. Besides, he looks so cool and is so cool. He's talking to them.
Totally.
Amazing, beautiful.
And then this scene.
Walking around like that with all the confidence.
Beautiful camera work, Joey.
Thanks, brother.
But there's more.
Thick ones too.
I love Tina dearly.
This girl falls out of her flip-flops. Oops.
You blew it.
You blew it.
Damn, bro.
Oh, this is so
I thought you were Reese, bro. Do you know Reese?
Wait.
Thank God you captured this.
I know.
Because this is the quintessential, like,
WOOK
just the verite WOOK moment.
Yeah.
Where just bearing witness to a guy, like, seeing a black dude and being like, hey,
do I know
are you the black guy I know? Are you the black guy I know? No?
Yeah.
Do you know the black guy I know? You must.
He's like, no.
He's like, no. But he's so chill.
He's so cool about it.
Yeah, Poncho's just like, whatever.
Cool, what's your name? Poncho? He's like, Poncho. Oh,
Yeah.
on vacation.
On
And it's
vacation.
Like fucking, I think a lot of people miss this moment in the film. Like, a lot of people, you got to pay attention.
I know, you got to pay it because it happens quickly. I'm going to rewind it. It's so good. This whole interaction is so good.
It's beautiful.
Damn, bro. I thought you were Reese, bro. Do you know Reese?
Wait.
Reese? From like Akron? No, you don't know Reese? Oh, give me a hug.
Yeah. What's your name, bro?
What's your name?
Poncho.
Poncho Vacation.
Vacation.
Much love to you, bro.
Use will. Take the
I wish I could. I wish I could.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can?
Papers got me. Papers got me. Much love to you, brother.
Everything about this interaction, the fact that he said, like, what's your name, bro? And he goes, ha ha ha. What's your name, bro?
What's your
and I'm
name?
like, that's so WOOK. That's so WOOK.
And then, like, for some reason, not being able to smoke weed, and then the papers got me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that could
Yeah.
mean two different things. What do you think that means?
That means that he's on papers, like he's on parole, like he's
Okay.
yeah, like he's got a drug test and shit.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
Yeah.
But then there's part of me that's like, he might be on acid.
Yeah,
But
well-
I don't think you would deny the blunt if you were on acid.
Well, that's why he says papers got me, like the papers
Yeah.
got him. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit, he's got it.
He's
But-
like, I'm just walking around with a gallon of water.
But maybe, just walking around with a gallon of water. Oh, these guys.
Gosh. These guys were flying. these two dudes.
Well, we were with them on their come up. They literally started coming up talking to us.
Yeah, they just started talking to us, and we were just sitting on this bench, and we probably chilled with them for like an hour.
Yeah.
There's a couple sceens from that chill.
Interacting with people. It's like
this kid
I'm
is
a
such
Gemini,
a beauty.
like full-blown Gemini. I mean, there's fire that burns just as hot over there, obviously, but that's how everybody is. It's the universe. We're all the same. Everybody, every single last one of us. Same piece of little stardust energy, just living a separate human experience. And then upon that, blessed with all the things that we have here in this experience. So it's like...
Beautiful camera work. Just sticking with it.
But it's all right here, too. Right here, in the palm of our hands. Right here.
Hell yeah, bro.
Was it you that woke up on the beach with
Mm.
fucking all girl clothes? Somebody changed your clothes? No, it was
If I
Michael.
did, I would know.
It was my husband.
beautiful
My
is
husband
this?
woke up
Yeah, I was
here,
just thinking, I was like,
and
wow.
his friends had all taken his clothes off of him and replaced girl clothes.
She was like, was that you or my husband?
The only reason I was showing up here was because it was on accident. My birthday was yesterday.
Happy
birthday. We just had a tent.
Yeah.
We just had a
Hell
tent
yeah.
in our trunk, and we were like, hey, is it like free day passes? They were like, no. So I had to like ask my mom for some money. But you know what? It was my birthday, and that's all that fucking matters.
Hell yeah.
Stay forward and stay positive.
Straight, forward, and straight positive.
Pay it forward always.
Pay it forward always.
That's what this world is about. It's about loving each other.
Through it all, they were able to get a positive, loving message out.
Yep.
Through it all.
I love it.
I love them. They were so adorable.
They were so cute.
This is what life's all about right here.
They were high school. They knew each other in high school or something.
They're in love.
Yep.
We are here
Griff.
That's our
for the
brother.
understanding of we're here to party.
It's one of our dear
but
friends.
But also to take you out of where you're coming from.
Griff
you
from
drive
Pittsburgh.
Your far drive to get here, and you get here and you leave everything.
He's
that
on
you
the
brought,
periphery of the WOOKS scene,
maybe in some other
but
way out
he's
the door.
in it.
And people don't do
He
that.
understands them. He understands
In
the
our
lifestyle. He
generation,
understands
our
why they do
timeline
what
of our-
they do.
Where we're at, what draws us is it being so beautifully different.
And this
You know
was
what I'm
just
saying?
beautiful
It being
light,
like,
and we were hanging
wow,
out with our
that's
friends, and we were like, Griff, let's just get something with you while it's
And
beautiful
that for
light.
me was-
And as soon as he started talking, I was like,
that
this
for
is the
me
end of the movie.
Yeah.
I think this is also
You know,
the
that
scene
for
that
me
makes
was-
everyone have to
okay,
write,
I
like,
wanna do that again.
wait, where
You
are
had this
they?
group of
Like,
people.
I want to be
yeah,
there.
Yeah, I want to be there.
These final
here and
scenes
it
for
is
sure.
this-
They're like, that's beautiful.
That dance that you go to from group to group, you may try different flavors of music, different avenues of artists. Your time and your energy is being spent supporting groups of beautiful people, listening to some of your
So
favorite
well-spoken.
sets. You'll have a
It
set.
just
you'll
sums
have-
it all up
what-
perfectly.
What brings you in is this moment. Oh, remember this set we saw together?
Chasing the
we danced
Dragon.
We
Yep.
did this moment. You had this moment. Your friends were in.
Chasing
You're all grouped in, and it lives forever in your mind. And it's an experience that your long-term memory just drives deep into you, and that you're back to your normal life, doing the thing that is this capitalist grind. And we're like, wow, I've experienced one thing that was outside of this. I know something else now. That's what, and I want to go back. I'm good on what I don't know. What me? I've been doing this. That was cool.
He's just describing making a really hard choice about your lifestyle.
Look when you have to.
And here's Jim again
When you
with
can.
Mona Lisa.
You gotta follow your dreams. You gotta be a
This,
man.
Joey just rolled up on this.
Yeah.
This was happening, and we were like trying to get some other stuff, and I was like, Joey, go get that. It's so beautiful right now.
I was like, all right.
And I don't think we could end the film in a better way.
Ride until you die.
Ride until you die.
And then we put in a little Montese, man. I forgot about
A couple little shots.
Yeah.
To go along with the lyrics.
When you're high, love that girl woman, and ride until you die.
I love his zoom lens.
Yep.
I really do.
Me too.
Not for every movie.
No.
Look how beautiful this is. I'm not skeeted.
No. Just like a little weed.
Connor. Pineapple.
Cheshire Cat.
Now there's a motor, ha, not quite so spry. Well, I do realize what I need to get by. I need that special high flower,
Hell yeah.
hard-bound dog. Keep strengthening my God. And the stout running hogs, you got to ride till you die. Boys got to ride until you die. These are them things you gonna need to get by. So
Walking
you
on
just
water.
Drink when you're thirsty and you whoop when you're high. Jerry, you high? Jerry, you high?
Yes, I am.
Are you high?
And you were.
Yep.
And Rogue, the father of time, just saying,
Just sitting there.
Jesus,
What's up,
what are
y'all?
you fucking guys doing?
What's up, y'all?
Then we do a bluegrass. Now how it feels.
And this is the end of an acid trip. This is kind of how
Yeah.
it feels, too.
Yeah, you just
It's
gotta
like the
ride till you
campfire
die.
at the end of the night.
Yeah,
start playing
just ride
guitar.
until you die. And this song doesn't exist anywhere besides this film. It's never been recorded.
Wow.
Yeah, it was passed on to Jim from someone else.
Oh.
And then ads for our other films come up, but the credits. I think the credits come.
They came and went, Sean. You missed
Oh, they
them.
already did?
Yeah.
Well, I like the credits because they're clean and simple.
Yeah.
And we didn't have to stake claim to titles and all this egoic shit.
Yeah, it was not. It
We
was
made
nice
this.
because. Wait, let's see.
I got a tambourine in my heart.
We show up for like literally 2 seconds
Yeah.
of the film.
Yeah, you'd have to pause it to know who made it. There's the title. Beautiful.
There it is.
Cass's handwriting.
Yep.
Perfect.
It's great.
Thanks for checking this out with us. This was
Yeah.
such a pleasure to make. I think this is like the 16th documentary that I made, or 17th or something like that. So there's a bunch more on veryape.tv and our YouTube channel.
Fuck yeah.
And tons more stuff on patreon.com/churchofchill. Joey and I have a secret
Including-
podcast on there called Boys Club. I have a music show called Church of Chill where we play like an hour and a half of good vibes per week of music. New music discoveries meant to trip to and get high to. And we do like an extra episode of our podcast. We put one on YouTube and then one on the Patreon where we get a little bit more raw, real, and personal. So thanks for joining us for this. I think we're going to
So
do lots
fun.
more of these. These are so fun.
Yeah, this was really fun.
Yeah, to look back at our old work and kind of give our thoughts and reflections a little bit where we were
was
coming
fun to
from.
rewatch that.
Yeah, it was. It was so crazy. Like even that last scene, you're like, it's so beautiful here, like the two people, and I was like, amazingly enough, yeah, we had great gear and stuff, but like it was beautiful in spite of like our gear and everything. And like even though like just even thinking like the nerdy part, but I'm like it only opened till only opened up to 3.5, so it couldn't even like our camera now opens to 1.2.
Yeah.
Our lens now, and it's
So we
like,
could expose for a lot more.
Yeah, and it's like just the steps up we've made, and it's funny
Yeah.
to see how raw and real we really just made
Oh,
this.
totally.
Like,
I want to thank every beautiful soul that allowed us to film them and were so chill about it and so consenting and real, and the people that came up to us, which is a lot of them.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you so much for sacrificing
Thanks, Joey.
your summer and fall last year and your winter to edit this.
It was
And
fun
it
as
was just
fuck.
so fun doing projects together
Totally.
and seeing you come into your own as a cinematographer despite the circumstances, like to make something that actually looked beautiful. And we get the classic, what camera and lenses?
Yeah.
I'm like, for this one, we shot this on a DSLR.
It's so funny.
But yeah, and Cass, of course, is, you know, she's my muse. She's the reason these get made. She's the person that keeps us organized. And I'll come up with a vague plan like, we'll make a movie called WOOKS. Cass decides when we're going to do it, how we're going to do it, why we're going to do it, where we're going to do it, and made it all happen.
Thanks for having the vision and sticking with it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cass.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Tanuki.
Hey, what up? What up, Tanuki Luigi?
Joey won this. It is real. You can win crane games.
Yeah, we won in a crane game. Cool. Thanks for joining us. This has been a damn pleasure.
Love you
Peace,
guys.
love, and magic.